Eye4Eye, photosensitive warning. This game contains flashes of light that could trigger seizures in people with visual sensitivities. Am I ready? No. I'm gonna look like an idiot because I'm not good at this stuff. Okay, this is Eye for an Eye. Again, I was scrolling through free games on the Steam library and I just so coincidentally came across this, and in the game trailer I saw in big print, well, I mean, they literally put the logo up there. It said USC Gaming, and it piqued my interest. I was like, wait, that's my school. Of course, I had to check it out, and so here I am playing yet another game made by people from my university. This is a game about a missing daughter case. I'm supposed to solve, or wait, no. This is like some dystopian universe in which there are microchips implanted into our eyes, I think. Eyes or brain, I forget what the summary of the game said. There are microchips in our head, and that it gives us access to, oh god. It's like a search engine, I think. There's like some sort of chip implanted into your head. You're like a search engine, and I'm this guy trying to solve a missing daughter case. I don't think I can, that's all I remember. Eye4Eye, everybody. It's not Eye4Eye, it's Eye4Eye. My bad. Okay, well, before I butcher this anymore, let's just get started.
Great. A telemarketer. Hello.
Hi, is this Hazel Wright?
Yes, who is this?
I'm an executive at Temple Tech. I need your help finding my daughter Hannah. She's missing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you contacted the police?
The police are useless. I need a professional.
Dang.
Someone truly dedicated to finding her.
Sir, are you aware it's 2 a.m. in the morning?
Please, we have to move now. I'll pay 5 times your price. 10 times. Money is not an issue. I just want my daughter back in one piece.
Whew, can't argue with that offer.
Wow, that was fast. Oh. Wazd.
Is this it?
Is this
I see
it?
you've arrived.
Please, no smoking.
An access key card should be located near you. Use it to open the door.
Temple Tech
I
keycard.
could definitely use this.
Press F to pick up items. Good to know. It's a very unique art style, but I'm all for it.
Huh, great. That worked.
For a better future.
Temple Tech for a better world.
We love propaganda posters, though I'm not sure what they're propaganding.
I have data on my data transmitter that might be useful to you. Just combine the hard drive and the cable and stick it in the recon data transmitter.
A cable? I could connect this to something.
The cable and hard drive should be on some tables to the right of the room. Don't forget to combine them and insert it into the recon data transmitter. I think it's on the left side of the room.
Interesting. Recon router. Connecting a hard drive with the wire to the router can help upload information to the user's mind as fast as possible. Wait, so I'm very literally just uploading data into my mind. Is that what I'm getting at here? Is that what you're getting at? Not what I'm getting at, what you're getting at. That's so cool, but also really freaky.
For this security checkpoint, the door requires an employee ID number to unlock. One of my employees, Dean, has been testing products here. Maybe try looking him up.
Dean.
Search with your mind.
Search with your mind. Dear Dean, I actually forgot your last name, but looking up your first name only somehow works.
Come to think of it, he mentioned writing a note to his team the other day.
New prototype Lockstar numpad. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. We're adopting this new numpad format. Currently it can take in 6 digits, which is perfect for our IDs. To test it out, try searching me up. Dean Jones. Alright, I have your full name now. Ooh, a search engine. Dean Jones. Redacted. 491520. 4915. Did I just forget a number that I read out loud? 491520. 491520. Sweet.
I think this room is the same as the last one, but I don't remember the name of that employee. It looks like somebody's been tinkering with a lot of things here, though. Maybe try checking the item history of the objects.
Item history, to-do list, name, Vera Zhang, 9 hours ago. Is that it? Can I pick it up?
A to-do list. Are these groceries?
Name, Hazel, moments ago.
A to-do list.
Wait.
Are these groceries?
Originally, there was only one name on there, right? I'm not tripping out here.
It looks like it's empty. It looks like it's empty.
Okay, wait.
It looks like it's empty.
Am I Hazel? I'm Hazel. Me, I pick up the item, I checked it moments ago. Okay, this all starting to make sense. Active this week, employee IDs. Dean Jones, Vera Zhang, and Carlos Silva. I know these are very generic names, but why do I feel like I've heard them before?
Oh, is this the latest model? Oh, is this the latest model?
Oh wait, do I need to remember? 418321. 418321. Cool. Also, nice little gap in your wall.
I don't think I need anything in this room anymore.
God, I love this color scheme. Eye4Eye. Very interesting
Jeez,
mansion.
You live here? In your office?
How could you live in your office? It's very literally in the office. It's a house inside the office. Wait, so why am I looking for someone's missing daughter in a house inside the office? Tab to see important clues in your virtual memory. See, I wouldn't be having these memory problems if I had a chip in my brain, then my memory would store it in here for me, right? You know? Hold left click and drag to move. Oh. Interesting, okay.
Awarded to Gerald for going above and beyond for Temple Tech.
Gerald, 8 hours ago. I know this is like a mystery. I have not been remembering anything. I am probably the least suited for a detective job.
Lockstar. I think I should look this up.
Lockstar. Thank you for giving me that straight up. Lockstar. Lockstar numpad review, Lockstar service, a review on beginner spy kit. Parents, this new Lockstar spy kit is a perfect tool to not only entertain your kids, but will also teach them critical thinking skills, along with the ability to decode puzzles and ciphers. sorry. Lockstar service. Lockstar provides free installation services for any one-time purchase of 5 or more Lockstar numpads. Whenever you need, contact Lockstar for installation support. Important search result added to virtual memory. Interesting, thank you. See, like, if you don't catalog these for me, everything's gonna whiff past my head. Thank you, game. for doing this for me, as much as I'm trying my best to remember all of this. Investigative report by unknown reporter. The new and improved Lockstar numpads are becoming increasingly common, but advanced security is nothing behind a weak password. As for the format, the most common is a 6-digit date, month, year format, where date represents the day, M represents the month, and Y the last 2 digits of the year. The password could be a birthday, an important day, or even a random array of numbers. This is probably something I should remember without the virtual memory. You know, it's just gonna wedge it up in here somewhere. Photo frame.
What's the story behind this picture?
This is a good question. I don't know.
Now isn't the time for a good book.
What's a Reckon Gale?
Aren't these fans super expensive?
Dyson? Drink machine.
What do we have here?
So what is
It
this?
feels like it's watching me.
Don't say that. This is not a horror game. Shush. Unless it is a horror game. If it's a horror game, I keep picking the wrong games to play. I have unintentionally installed 3 games. Okay, 4 games with either horror elements or really dark backstory. All because the art style was really cute and cool. Easily deceived. All right, let's see. Who's date? Can I just enter the same 491520? No. Check your virtual memory for clues or press H for a hint. I don't think I'm at the point where I need a hint yet. Date, month, year. Who am I investigating for again? There was a list of names. There was a... Hold on.
Awarded to Gerald for going above and beyond for Temple Tech.
Gerald. If I look up... I keep pressing escape. Gerald. Gerald Raven. Early Life and Business Career by Aaron Dixon. Gerald Raven, CEO of Temple Tech Incorporated, celebrated the company's milestone of selling 100 million brain chips last Wednesday. Our survey revealed that shareholders are largely pleased with Gerald's management of the company, with many citing the stable growth that Temple Tech has been enjoying. Gerald was born on... That is the date. I need to remember this date, month, and year. Into a middle-class English household. After moving to America to have a fresh start on life, Gerald forged many connections and played a vital role in lifting Temple Tech to become the most influential company in the world with its charismatic nature. 1808-17. 1808-17. Sweet. The phone.
Hannah's bedroom is upstairs. But be careful with the staircase.
Thanks for letting me know, Gerald.
What's wrong with the staircase?
Why aren't you here in person to help me with the search?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why is he not present? I swear, if something jump scares me during this game, I will be very upset.
Looks like the maintenance panel for something.
Oh, that's what you mean by the stairs. I didn't notice this at all. The heck? There's a safe code. There's just a lot of code and numpads everywhere. Reckon blender.
This blender could probably make smoothies out of rocks.
Vera used this 3 hours ago.
There should be a fuse inside this electrical box.
Fuse? Electrical box. Ah, a lock.
Looks like it's missing a battery of some sort.
Battery.
It's labeled small.
Small reckon cell. Is this recon or reckon? Because I'm going to be pronouncing this wrong if it's recon. Is this how you spell reckon? How do you spell reckon? This is going to bother me until I figure this out. Hold on. Okay, so then maybe this is recon. And I'm pronouncing it wrong just because it looks like reckon without a C. Because I'm an idiot. But
It's labeled large.
it's labeled large, so I need the medium cell. Olive oil, vinegar.
I'm not that hungry yet. Vinegar has acidic properties, so maybe...
Vera Zhang. Is Vera the wife of Gerald? Hold on. Vera Zhang. I spelled it wrong. Thank you. Redacted. Assistant to the CEO. 418321. What if that's the code to the safe? 418321. 418321. No, good. Okay, so why was Vera in Gerald's kitchen? Vera,
A half-empty glass of water. Half full, really. I've got to stay positive.
Of course. Some days I don't know how to feel. The RTM's applications are corrupted, far beyond my control. Gerald and I have always argued over how it should have been used, but he can only see its benefits through the lens of the company. As long as profits are up, what else matters? Maybe I'm a terrible wife for saying such things. Maybe it was entirely my fault. After all, it's my creation, and it hurt so many people. Either way, my head feels like it's gonna pound out of my skull. There's no name on this note, but I'm gonna have to guess it's Vera, because it's in the kitchen. So Vera is Gerald's wife. A woman is Gerald's wife. I don't know.
I'm not here to think about my family's past.
No. You're here to solve someone else's family. It's past.
Seeing these memories just reminds me of what I've lost.
Interesting.
It says it's some kind of medication. Or disinfectant.
Aqueous iodine. Gerald. Who's Anna Slater? I keep pressing escape. It's tab. Anna Slater. Medical MD. Anna Slater MD is board certified in adult psychiatry and also in child and adolescent psychiatry. Dr. Slater is known for her groundbreaking work in treating emergent behaviors. Dr. Slater provides comprehensive individualized care, taking into account a biopsychosocial and psychodynamic approach to working with her patients, while also involving new methods of cyber psychoanalysis, assisted by Temple Tech brain chip technology. That is a mouthful. Dr. Slater may prescribe meds as an adjunct to psychotherapy, but does not do medication management alone when patients are in therapy with someone else. Payment is due at the time of service. Who in this family requires a therapist? Copper sulfate, 70% nitric acid, concentrated 98% sulfuric acid copper. 30 milliliters water in beaker, 5 mil... do I need to remember this later at some point? I'll come back to it. You're missing a bowl. Also, why do I get the feeling that this might mean something? Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Liquor bottle.
Expensive taste.
Blank paper. Sure. My dear Jasmine, those documents I showed you yesterday, I placed them in the living room safe for Dr. Slater. We can discuss more after my strip after my trip, but if you'd like to look at them over again, you know the code to the safe. Also, I found Hannah playing with one of the fuses from the stairwell mechanism, so I put it in the safe along with the key to the playroom. Be back soon, Gerald. Jasmine, is the... I keep pressing escape. Jasmine. Jasmine Raven's biography. Jasmine Raven was an American psychologist, best known for creating the Raven trait model. Her research on personality types are considered to be have revolutionized the field of modern psychology. Her model also found widespread practical application within hiring practices, matchmaking, and personal career assessments. She has stated that her research was only possible due to her husband's advancements in brain chip technology. Who's the wife? The power couple behind Temple Tech's dominance, blending psychology and technological innovation. In the realm of power couples, psychologist Jasmine Raven... Okay, Jasmine is Gerald's husband, confirmed, alright? We don't need to worry about that anymore. The visionary CEO of brain chip company Temple Tech stands out as a dynamic duo at the intersection of psychology and technical innovation. Their unique partnership exemplifies the harmonious fusion of expertise, vision, and unwavering support, fostering groundbreaking advancements that bridge the gap between human behavior and cutting-edge technology. Whoever scripted all of this, good job. I feel like you have an English degree. These are all big words, big words. Where is Jasmine Raven? 20-something. Jasmine Raven, wife of Temple Tech's CEO Gerald Raven, has been missing from the public view for the past 6 months. When asked about her wife, Gerald always dodged the question and disclosed any relevant information. Nobody knows her exact situation. Some speculate that Jasmine Raven has been ill. What is the Raven family hiding? I just complimented you on whoever wrote the last bit. Whoops. It's always the husband. Oh. Okay, so wait, Jasmine Raven. What's her birthday? Maybe if I did.
It says locked by control room.
Locked by control room. Good. Great. Have I explored everything yet? Locked door. Okay, I have a power blender, a blowtorch, a glass of water, aqueous iodine, and a blank sheet of paper. Aqueous iodine. Aqueous iodine. Iodine. Make invisible ink at home. Making invisible ink is as easy and fun. It is easy and fun. Using a solution of copper sulfate, write any message on a plain piece of paper. On a plain piece of printer paper. Okay. To decode, either douse the paper with drops of aqueous iodine or expose the paper to heat to reveal the message. Wait, good to know. Combine this with blank paper.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Dr. Slater, again, sorry for all this invisible ink nonsense. It's how Jasmine and I keep our correspondences hidden from our daughter. She's awfully curious. The documents I spoke to you about are in the safe, and the code is me and Jasmine's wedding date. Where do I find their wedding date? Gerald wedding. I'll read those later. Can I blowtorch the paper? No? Okay. I have a blender, a blowtorch, and a glass of water. Can I...
Oh, well, that was a complete waste of time.
Well, sorry. Where in the world am I supposed to figure out your wedding day?
There should be a fuse inside this electrical box.
Oh.
This recon device should come in handy for removing batteries.
Yes, yes. Where do I remove a battery from? Is there anything else I should be interacting with? Because I have no idea.
Here?
I got a battery remover. What is their wedding day? I don't think there's anything I haven't interacted with yet, so it's probably...
It's labeled large.
It's probably got something to do with... Oh, I don't know.
It's labeled small.
Okay, am I just stupid? Do I... Recon generator model 333. Recon generator. Model 333. The Model 333 generator from Recon produces enough energy to power the most energy-consuming devices in your house, from cryogenic liquid nitrogen freezers to below-floor liquid heating. We can proudly assure you that the Model 333 can charge all Recon cells, old and new. All appliances are available from Recon. Simply place the Recon cell of your choice and watch it charge up. But where do I plug it into? The Recon TS60 toaster.
Voice-controlled toaster. What's next? A robot chef?
Voice-activated toaster, my god. What do I do with the battery? Can I drop things from my inventory? Can I put them down?
It popped out.
Wait, I used a blender to pop out a Recon cell. Okay, now that I have all 3 cells, where do I put them? Because they're not
3
fuses.
needed, huh? Sounds like a wild goose chase to me. It's time to start hunting.
There's a fuse in the safe. I'm holding 3 batteries. I need to search up their wedding day. I think that's what I need. Jasmine wedding. Jasmine speaks. Anniversary. Oh, see? Like, oh, come on. On the 30th of November, 2056, my husband and I celebrated our 10th anniversary. We went on a cruise trip and bought many souvenirs and went sightseeing around many tropical islands, including the original destination of our wedding. Here's to another 10 years of happy marriage. So 56 minus 10 is 46. It's going to be 30, 11, 46. 30, 11, 46. The corporate baboons covered up the budding scandals and moved on, ready to make the same mistakes all over again. They don't care about the human race's technological evolution or the inherited risks posed by our products. They just scramble after short-term profits, unconcerned that their greed will eventually be our ruin. So I've made Project Scion to flaunt to the board, a new version of more of the same to blind them to my real agenda. They would object, of course, not out of any ethical concerns, but simply out of fear for a PR disaster. While they gape at the onslaught of superficial buzzwords I produce for them, I've gathered a select team of capable people whom I trust to work on Project Scion. Some of them resisted at first, but I was able to convince them in the end. It helps that if this goes wrong, it'll be me who suffers the consequences. Project Scion won't cleanse any of my mistakes. Far from it. But it's the best I can do. Jasmine, I know this is far too late, but I hope it redeems me in the slightest. I love you. Playroom key.
This looks like it unlocks the playroom.
Can I drop the hidden? Okay, thank you. At least I can exchange items. That's good. All right, in the fuse box, here is one.
2 to go. This is shaping up to be quite the adventure.
You're very excited about that. I think the key goes here. Ooh. Hannah's things and Vazka's things. Wait, guys, make sure I'm not blind, right? I can't read this. Vaikisha things. Things. All right.
It looks like a cute doll with a brown dress. I wonder if this was Hannah's favorite. A cute doll with a purple dress.
Who's this?
I'm sure I've seen this before.
V% and carat dollar asterisk. That's not an asterisk. What is that called? Is that an asterisk? What is this name? V for Vera? It's possible. Do I need to do anything with these dolls? Hannah's safe. Don't touch. And then there's a safe. What if I touch it?
Hannah's safe, don't touch, written on it. Was this where she kept her precious belongings?
I pick up the doll and put the doll in here.
Hannah's safe, don't touch,
okay.
Written on it. Was this where she kept her precious belongings?
What about this one?
Can't read the handwriting on this one, but I didn't realize Lockstar made toy safes.
No, me neither. A toy knife?
The item history of this object seems to be corrupted. Interesting.
Data corrupted?
A small toy knife. I hope Hannah didn't hurt herself playing with this.
Why do we have toy knives? Also, I picked up a random doll. What am I supposed to do with it? Hannah. Hannah Raven. Hannah Raven, the daughter of this multi-billionaire Gerald Raven. She was born on the 12th of October, 2065. Recently leaked information from a close source to the Raven family has revealed some interesting details about Hannah Raven's personality and interests. According to the source, Hannah is a puzzle enthusiast and loves to watch detective shows in her free time. The source also noted that Hannah is a straight A student and has a passion for science and technology. This information comes amidst growing concerns for Hannah's safety after her recent disappearance. So why has my wife and daughter disappeared from my life and I called a random detective to solve this issue rather than go report it to the police department? 12/10/65. No? Did I get the date wrong? The 12th of October 65. October 65. No. I have Hannah's birthday, but what does it mean? What is that? Hannah's safe, don't touch. How do I search for this, like, V character? That's good to know. So I never looked myself up. Who am I? Hazel Wright. It was in the Wrights' home orphanage that Hazel grew up. She was orphaned at the age of 8 and taken in by the Wrights' home, where she found solace in books and puzzles. As she grew older, Hazel's love of puzzles led her to develop an analytical mind, and she soon found herself drawn to the world of detective work. At the age of 20, she became a detective, using her skills to help others, just as the staff at the Wrights' home had helped her. Interesting, so I'm an orphan who loves books and puzzles. I have 3 cells, a blowtorch and a doll. V% and caret dollar asterisk. It was worth a shot, I don't know. Gosh darn it.
A small toy knife.
I don't like where this is going.
Playing with this.
But I feel like this is something that needs to happen. No?
The item history of this object seems to be corrupted. Interesting.
Or is it this knife and that doll? Or is it none of the above and I'm overthinking things and just... Guys, I'm not a doll stabber. Don't. I'm pulling out all the stops because my brain is dumb. I am a big dumb. I guess fine. What do I do with the knives then? Do I burn a doll?
Oh, that was a complete waste of time.
Do I burn the cell?
Oh, that was a complete waste of time.
I have an unpowered torch. Can I combine this with a...
Looks like it's powered on now.
I have a blowtorch. What can I torch?
That was a complete waste of time.
Oh, okay, so there are gonna be objects.
Look at these dusty plates. So fancy. They're probably just for show, like everything else here.
You didn't have any dialogue the first time I passed through here, nor the second time I passed through here. There's gotta be other things in this house I can power. Also, why am I allowed to pick up a glass of water?
Glass of water. Half full, really. I've got to stay positive. Voice-controlled toaster. What's next? A robot chef?
Yeah, of course.
Vinegar has acidic properties, so maybe...
Vinegar has acidic properties.
So maybe...
I'm gonna put the torch down for a second here. Combine you with vinegar, combine you with the doll. What is acidic properties? What? I want my blowtorch back, hold on. I have a torch. Maybe I should just read some other stuff, hold on. Blowtorch. Upgrade your home cooking requires a medium cell, yes. Environmental friendly. To change the cell without any damage, simply buy a recon cell remover to charge your tools. The recon cell remover. Not the recon cell, remember? Remover. A tool designed to remove any recon power cell from any authentic recon device. You don't need this cell remover to put this power cell on any device. The biggest downside of this change is that you would need to buy a recon cell. Recon has decided to discontinue the TS5000 energy source. Is the TS5000 the toaster? No, that's the TS60. What is the TS5000? What am I supposed to look up? Dolls. Doll. Darn it. Am I a stupid... Oh, lock star safe. Lock star safe. Made for children to mimic their real-world counterparts. Don't worry, parents. The kids can set the password to the... I put this in already. Is it not her birthday? What was the kid's name again? Hazel Raven? No, I'm Hazel. What's the kid's name again?
It looks like a cute doll with a brown
Hannah
dress.
Raven.
I wonder if this was Hannah's favorite.
Hannah Raven. Hannah Raven might... she might be suffering from Starling syndrome, a condition that affects 7% of children. Starling syndrome. Dr. Nova Starling, a renowned neuroscientist, has made a groundbreaking discovery in this field of cognitive disorders. She has identified a set of symptoms similar to dyslexia, which she has named Starling syndrome. The disorder, characterized by difficulty in reading, writing, and spelling, do I have Starling syndrome? Affects a specific group of individuals who were previously undiagnosed. Dr. Starling's research offers hope for better understanding and treatment of this debilitating condition. Starling syndrome occurs in children who interchange letters and numbers that look similar. For example, the number 7 changes to 2 and 2 changes to 7, and 6 changes to 9 and vice versa. Studies have shown that people who suffer from Starling syndrome often grow up to be highly intellectual. This condition is unfortunately present within 7% of children today, though medication is easily accessible. So maybe Hannah inputted her birthday, but because she has the Starling syndrome, the numbers have to change. 7 to 2, 6 to 9. Hannah. 12 October 65. So 12-10-65 becomes 17-5. Wait, no. 17-10-9-5? 17-9. 17-10-9-5. 17-10-9-5. Oh, very clever. Very clever. Why is there a fuse in my kid's safe?
Hello? Is anyone there? I don't know how to use this thing very well. Whose voice is that? I don't know if I want to answer. But maybe I should? Maybe they can help me. Maybe they can help us. I'm glad you're here, whoever you are. It's lonely in this house.
Stranger danger.
My mom's acting weird, and I don't know where my dad went, but...
Huh? Also, the color of the house changed. I don't know if I like that.
This room gives me a weird migraine. I need to find out what's going on here.
I swear anything is a horror game to me as long as you indicate a sudden change. Visual, audio. Because I got jump scared for no reason. Yes, that room gives you a weird migraine. Didn't I pick up the fuse? Wait, hold on.
The item history of this object seems to be corrupted. Interesting.
Interesting, yeah? Yeah. I can go put the next fuse in the thing.
Just one little fuse left to find.
One little fuse.
Well, let's hope it's not playing hide and seek. It says locked by control room.
Yeah, but I don't know where the control room is. I also have a random lock here. Aluminum lock. Aluminium lock. Aluminum. Vinegar. How to make salad dressing. You'll need 3/4 cup salad oil, a 1/4 cup white wine vinegar, a teaspoon of salt if you're dairy, half a teaspoon of ground. Why did I need to know how to make salad dressing? What if I just melted the lock?
Voila! Now we're cooking with gas. Or rather, blowtorches.
Man, why didn't I think of that sooner? I was about to be stupid and be like, I'm gonna pour vinegar all over this lock.
Brilliant. Let Let me go upstairs and find more clues about this missing Hannah.
Brilliant. It only took me forever just to get upstairs. Hannah's room.
The door doesn't seem to budge.
No. Master bedroom.
It's someone in the bathroom. I can hear something. It sounds like voices.
This is a horror game.
Jasmine looks really ill in this photo. And that little girl crying beside her. She looks so familiar. Could it be... No, it can't be.
That's interesting dialogue. You have no relation to this family. You're the detective. My dearest Jasmine, I can't begin to express the regret and pain I feel over what happened to you. I should have stopped. I should have listened to your pleas for help. I love you more than anything in the world, and I will spend the rest of my life making amends for what I've done. I promise to keep our family safe and to never let anyone else suffer like you did. And I'm sorry for the damage I've caused. I'm trying my hardest to fix things for. Please accept my apologies.
It's heartbreaking to read how much he missed her. Well, these letters are his way of mourning. I wonder if they hold any clues.
Iodine powder.
A plastic bag of white powder. Reminds me of high school.
The implications are right there.
And more blank papers.
More blank paper. Iodine powder. Iodine powder. Aqueous iodine recipe. To make aqueous iodine... Wow, I could have never guessed that aqueous iodine, I would incorporate the powder into the water. The glass of water finally serves the purpose.
Half-empty glass of water. Half full, really. I've got to stay positive.
I can drop the knife now, right?
It dissolved. Wow.
Wow. December 4th, entry. Project Omicron going well. Shows promise with regards to neural augmentation and control. I can't read. Control over sensitivities. New brain chip patch likely to be named X6 can begin pre-alpha testing in 1 to 2 months depending on subject availability. Discovered new side effects of nausea and short lapses in memory, likely due to imbalance in progesterone and estrogen levels. Requires more testing with women. Interesting. Anything on the bed? Why are there pillows on the ground? Can I burn the bookshelf?
Oh, well, that was a complete waste of time.
Never mind. Alright, sorry for keeping whoever was in the bathroom waiting.
Hey!
Yeah.
Is anyone in there? Of course there's another locked door.
Let's burn the door down.
Oh, well, that was a complete waste of time.
Okay, so... Omicron and X6. Omicron. Wow. Project Omicron. I've been assigned as lead developer on the X6 chip. I'm sure the board made this decision begrudgingly, but it was either that or scapegoat at one of their own. Temple Tech's legal team have buried the victims of X5, but I've been able to hide Jasmine's condition from them so far. I shouldn't have let her install the chip. It seemed right at the time. Why stop her when I was permitting so many others to take the same risks, albeit unwillingly? I was a fool. Subject fainted 30 minutes after update, locked ourselves in our master bathroom, and had to hide my key in the wine cabinet next to the dining table. Subject experienced headaches, lightheadedness, and nausea, possibly due to neural disconnection with visual cortex. Further symptoms include mood swings and confusion. See, now that you're bringing it up, the thought of implanting technology into such an organic thing as the human body I can't imagine the amount of neural dysfunction that could occur. Like maybe what if your body rejects the technology outright? Or what if the technology decides to overrun your neural network? It's kind of scary if you think about it. If I search up X6, is it the same stuff? No. Temple Tech is happy to announce that version X6 of our brain chip has entered development. Thanks to our top engineers and researchers, the X6 project has been gaining steady progress. We're ready for live tests. If you or your loved ones are interested in volunteering for our alpha testing plan, please contact your manager. Compensation for volunteering testing will be discussed next quarter. Version 6 of Temple Tech's brain chip is intended to ship with the following changes. Control over certain neural sensitivities, including facility for emotions such as anger, depression, insecurity, etc. New API calls for personality-altering functions, automatic detection of certain words, concepts, or memories, and ability to trigger certain brain alterations in response. Doesn't that just make you a robot? Delay the shipment of the X5 chips. Once again, I strongly advise delaying the rollout of the X5 chip. The chip's upgraded hardware has posed many problems for our design team, many of which remain unresolved at present and will take considerable time to work out. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Wine cabinet next to the dining table. There is a key. Wine cabinet. This one? Did I need to trigger that event? I feel like I examined that wine cabinet a lot earlier. Also, thank you, Aurelia. Alright, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm here. I have the key. Oh god, it opens outwards. Hello? Oh, it's just a radio.
We need to adjust the settings. Maybe we can reduce the pain and delusions.
Gerald! Oh, it hurts so much.
I know, love, I know. We'll figure it out.
Is Gerald the reason why his wife disappeared? No, there's no way you would put your wife up as one of the first live test subjects on... Excuse me? Mind Shield.
Mind Shield. The miracle pill for brain chip malfunction. It's supposed to alleviate headaches and delusions. But at what cost?
Is that what I'm gonna have to take? Because what I'm getting at is that every time the color scheme of this game changes, I'm experiencing a migraine. And because I have access to this search engine, I have the chip in my brain. Entry number 1. I can feel it growing stronger inside me, like a darkness that's taking over. It's hard to put into words, but it's like there's someone else in my head. Someone I don't recognize. I don't know what's happening to me. Entry 2. I had a dream last night. In it, the darkness spoke to me, telling me that it's been inside me all along, that it's a part of me. I don't know what to make of it. I'm scared, but I'm also starting to wonder if maybe I should just let it take over. Oh, and the plot thickens. Whatever this X6 chip is not doing something very good. Unless there's like a really good reason for you to implant this chip in your wife immediately upon release. Does Jasmine have pre-existing conditions with something? Is this chip really gonna be life-altering? Because it just feels weird. Entry 3, another episode today. I was doing fine and then suddenly I wasn't. The darkness took over and I couldn't control myself. I'm scared of what I might do if this continues. I'm scared for my family. Entry 4. I'm having trouble remembering things again. I don't remember much of what happened, but my daughter told me that I was screaming and thrashing around. She looks at me with fear in her eyes, and I can't bear to see her like this. Entry 5. I don't know what to do about her. She's not just a darkness inside of me. She's a person. I can see glimpses of her, the other me, in the mirror. She's always there, just beneath the surface, waiting for a chance to take over. Entry 6. It's strange, like she's a part of me now. A dark, twisted part that I can't escape. I wish I could understand her. Make sense of why she's here and what she wants. But all I can do is write. And hope that somehow, somewhere, there's a way out of this. This is not... It's not looking so good.
This darkness she's talking about. Why is it so familiar?
Because you might be experiencing it yourself? If I walk out this door, don't jump scare me with color change. Color change! Color change!
Why is this happening to
Oh
me?
god, I blacked out.
Oh, I can't think straight.
Hazel, you're letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Let me handle it. I need to get out. We need to find the truth. I can't be trapped here. Well, well, well. Look who's finally awake.
What happened? Did I pass out? Did I have a dream? I heard my voice. Who was the other voice? This must be Hannah's bedroom. How did I get here?
Ma'am, are you English or are you American? Make up your mind. What? What? Why did they suddenly turn American? Why is her counterpart American? Okay, but it's also boggling my mind that she's here to solve this mystery, but she herself is a part of this, like, X6 scandal. She has the X6 chip in her head. My goodness. Also, yeah, why am I just suddenly in Hannah's bedroom? Neurocalm.
This pill is supposed to help reduce anxiety and depression from brain chip malfunction too.
Am I supposed to be taking these pills?
This case than meets the eye.
Combine. No? Okay. Phone.
Hello.
Detective.
What happened? How long was I out?
Detective, stay on the course of the case. Our time is limited.
I am on the course. This must be your daughter's bedroom.
Yes, it is.
How do you know?
I know where Hannah is. She is safe.
You found your daughter. When did you...
Detective, we've got bigger fish to fry out here.
Out where? Have you been lying to me?
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Is this case even real? This whole thing doesn't feel right. I need to know what is happening here.
Am I being framed? Am I being framed for something Gerald did? To Violet Hour from Mosby Solutions. Description: house construction for $2,500,000. Payment to be made to Mosby Solutions. Any dispute arising from this invoice will be settled by binding arbitration in accordance with the construction industry arbitration rules. Sincerely, Mosby Solutions. You will find what you are looking for in Gerald's office. I found something that will help you. Your silent partner, V. V from BTS? I'm kidding. What if Jasmine's conscious got uploaded into mine, and I'm experiencing her consciousness through my chip? What if all of these counterparts... Look, I'm just like theory crafting here. What if the X6 chip simultaneously, right? It's like a cloud database. You're suddenly connected to somebody else's consciousness, and they are speaking through you, but as you. That would be the biggest. That I don't think that's how the game works, but again, that's like that would be a very terrifying concept for a movie. Oh my goodness, and you have to work with this alter ego of yours to solve the case. That's fascinating. Somebody write that down, copyright it, I'll send it off to it. I'll send it off to a film director right away. Your silent partner. Also, this doll is just freaky. And now I have to go to Gerald's office. Why am I here? Gerald, you gotta give me some answers here, buddy. No answers, no life. Actually, that's not the saying. Is this Gerald's
It
office?
says locked by control room.
Yeah, it's locked by the control room, but where else can I go? Can I just look up control room? Control room. Nope. I'm sure there was something else up there I could look up. I don't remember. Mosby Solutions. Mosby Solutions. Mosby Solutions is a reputable construction company that specializes in building custom homes and remodeling existing structures. The company was founded by Evelyn Mosby, a seasoned construction professional with over 20 years of experience in the industry. Mosby Solutions was founded with the goal of providing high-quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service to every client. Yeah. Gerald, the founder of The Violet Hour and CEO of Temple Tech, recently came to the aid of Mosby Solutions, a construction company, during a time of financial need. Mosby Solutions, which specializes in building custom homes and remodeling existing structures, was facing financial difficulties and struggling to keep their business afloat. There's so much sibilance in all of this text that I can't get it out of my mouth. It's just all stuck there with all the S's and T's. The Violet Hour. The Violet Hour is a unique and innovative book publisher that was founded in 2069 by Gerald in memory of his second daughter, Violet, who had a passion for V for Violet. I gotta remember. Who had a passion for reading. This publishing company is dedicated to sharing the joy of reading and helping authors bring their stories to life. Gerald's inspiration for creating the Violet Hour came from a deeply personal experience. After the birth of his second daughter, Violet, he was amazed by her love for books and the impact that reading had on her young mom. No! Gerald found the Violet Hour as a way to honor Violet's memory and to share her love for reading with the world. The mission of the Violet Hour is to share the love of reading and to help the authors bring their stories to life. Gerald's love for his daughter and her passion for reading is evident in every book published by the Violet Hour, and it serves as a reminder that the power of books can bring joy and comfort to our lives. Violet Hour Q2 success. Q2 was a successful quarter for Violet Hour book publisher with strong sales, effective marketing efforts, and recognition for our authors. As we move forward into Q3, we will continue to prioritize our social media presence and author events while also seeking out new opportunities for growth and expansion. Science fiction is utter hogwash. The genre ruined so many perfectly good terms that would have otherwise benefited the sciences. My thoughts? Don't try and get me started or we'll be here all day, I swear. V is for Violet. Violet. Hold on. I swear this is it. I think I've got it. I am Gerald's second daughter. Me. Hazel. Hazel Wright is Gerald's second daughter, whom he orphaned. I am an orphan. I am Gerald's second daughter. Because I have a passion for reading and puzzles. She also has a passion for reading and puzzles. Am I reading too into this? 2069. What happened in 2069? God. Violet Raven. Who is Violet Raven? There's a side of Gerald that very few people know about, his secret child, Violet. He kept her existence a secret from the world. No one knows about the details of her birth or how he came to have a child, but it is clear that she holds a special place in his heart. The name of his... Yeah, Violet Hour. 1st of July. The founding date of the company could be her birthday. Gerald's decision to keep Violet... Oh, the case. 2069. Violet, the 1st of July. July 0107 69. 0107 69. 0107 69. Hounds of Baskerville? What the? Sure.
I don't know what's going on either, but I hear things. Whispers. They tell me things I shouldn't know. They scare me. Do you hear them too?
Yeah, I hear them too. They tell me things about the house. Secrets. Maybe we can use that to find out what's going on.
The book goes in the bookshelf. The book goes in the bookshelf. My brain meats is moving. The brain is moving. The book goes in the bookshelf in the master bedroom. Will I reveal something?
Whoa.
No way. Unlock office door.
Finally. Now I should be able to enter the home office.
Now I should. No, what am I supposed to figure out here? I swear if I'm Violet, the second daughter of Gerald. Oh god. Should I be taking any of the pills that I've picked up?
I've heard of Cognipacks before.
Cognipacks.
It's often prescribed to those with brain chip implants and memory loss or processing issues. It's interesting how dependent we've become on technology to compensate for our own shortcomings.
That's very true to modern times. I totally agree.
This is why he kept trying to steer you away. He is responsible for Mom's death.
Who are you? If we have the same parents...
My alter ego is Violet. I am Gerald's second daughter. No way. Act normal. Don't freak out. It's a trap. This whole thing's fake. He's playing us, you and me. You gotta get out of here, but we gotta destroy him first. His lab is downstairs in his office, but it's locked. I left some clues around the house, but they're coded. Same Caesar cipher we used to hide notes from Dad when we were younger. Remember, do not read them out loud. He's listening. Good luck, V. The Caesar cipher. What's a Caesar cipher? Do I need to look this up too?
Is that short for something or a number? Is V a person I know?
I remember learning about Caesar ciphers, but it's been a while. In cryptography, a Caesar cipher, also known as Caesar's cipher, the shift cipher, Caesar's code on Caesar. That is a lot of Caesar. Might as well get yourself a Caesar salad. There was a little guide on how to make a salad dressing. It's one of the simplest and most widely known encryption techniques. It is a type of substitution cipher, in which each letter in the plain text is replaced by a letter by some fixed number of positions down the alphabet. For example, with a left shift of 3, D would be replaced by A, E would become B, and so on. The method is named after Julius Caesar, who used it in his private correspondence. ROT13 cipher. Okay, so if I remember this correctly, it's going to be shifted backwards by the number of... Okay. Caesar cipher, ROT13. ROT13. The ROT13 cipher is a specific type of Caesar cipher where a letter in the message with the 13th letter after it in the alphabet. What? It is a simple letter substitution cipher and is unique because the same method is taken to encode and decode the message, whether you shift forward or backwards. Because of its simplicity, it is considered to be one of the weakest methods of encryption. Ah, so the 26 letters of the alphabet are used interchangeably. So T's are equal to G and G is equal to T. Okay, I get it. I kind of get it. I don't get it, but I also kind of get it. What's the code for this? This is Gerald's office. But wait, hold on. I've left some clues around the house, but they're coded. Same Caesar cipher we used to hide notes from Dad.
V. Is that short for something or a number? Is V a person I know?
You've hidden stuff around the oh, this is new.
Jasmine. I'm so sorry.
Daddy?
Hazel, you shouldn't be here.
YNO. I need a notepad. Hold on. I need to open a notepad. YNO equals LAB. In the lab. Yes? Sure. You left other notes, didn't you? Where's the lab? I can't get into the lab yet.
Hazel, listen to me. He can't protect you anymore.
I won't let it ruin you too.
QRNGU. QRNGU is DEATH. Death. Lab death. I've pieced this stuff together.
My family's past, but seeing these memories just reminds me of what I've lost.
Okay, lab death. This doesn't help me. V, you gotta give me something else. You gotta give me more. ZBZ.
You did this?
It was an accident.
ZBZ is M-O-M. Mom. Lab death mom. Mom died in the lab. Again, I've already pieced this together. How do I get into the lab? Am I missing more notes? Hold on. Mom is in the lab. How do I get to the lab? Are there any more notes other than lab death mom? Because I know this stuff already. Wait, death. Wait, okay, lab log. The revision seems to be working. At least to some extent, the shadow is still a problem. But we're making progress. I've been noticing some concerning side effects though. Headaches, memory loss, mood swings. I'm not sure if it's related to the chip or if it's something else entirely. I need to keep monitoring Jasmine and making adjustments as needed. Death. Monday, 15th November, 2066. Jasmine Raven, wife of Temple Tech entrepreneur Gerald Raven, passed away this morning from a sudden stroke. She leaves behind her husband and her 8-year-old daughter. Figures across the mindwear industry have expressed their condolences for this sudden tragedy, with several announcing plans to establish charities or scholarships in her honor. Gerald Raven did not immediately respond to our request to comment. 15/11/66. Gerald Raven is a murderer. Folks, we all know Gerald Raven to be a sleazy, corrupt agent of the state. You won't catch me dead installing a Temple Tech brain control chip. But today he's hit a brand new low. Matricide. That's right. Whether it be for an affair or a threat to expose Temple Tech's sinister underside, Gerald killed his wife, and the media helped him cover it up. Stay positive and donate if you want the truth. Oh yes, marketing tactics. What did I say? 11. Freaking, I can't remember anything. 15/11/66. 15/11/66. 15/11/66. I'm in the lab.
Just quit the hide and seek already. I know you've been looking for me.
Who was it? Why did the voice sound familiar?
There's a familiarity to this voice. Recon Master access. Terminal with no power. Computer
Looks
screen.
like it's powered off.
No shit, Sherlock.
Who said that? Where is that coming from?
You don't remember me? Find a way to turn it on.
Wait, answer my question. Hello?
This is getting really trippy. I have...
This must power the computer.
My god, how did you end up a detective?
Are you speaking through my brain chip?
You're in my brain chip, Hazel.
I called it! I called it!
Use the master access to turn on the screens over there. I have to know what's going on.
Tell me I'm not wrong. It's linking the consciousness of two different people together. Well then by that... I'm a detective. I'm speaking to Violet. My brain is oh god, master access. Hold on. Master access is Recon's state-of-the-art panic room brand. It requires a Recon large cell to activate, but once it is connected, it doesn't need to be recharged. The master code is unique to each person. To override the system, you will need to pass 2 gates by entering the correct answers to the questions. How many children do you have? When was the worst year of your life. You have 2 kids and you lost your wife in 66.
Got it.
Oh, wait, there's a code. Is it a 4? No, this is still... Hold on. What? There's a master code. But there are 2 gates. Wait. Hold on. So then is it just 022066? 0220... Oh, 02? You have 2 kids. You have 1 kid?
Done.
Okay, not so fast. The next gate looks a little trickier.
Does he not... No. Okay. 2066 is the year you lost your wife. Okay, and then computer.
Hello. Daughter?
I knew it! I called it! Oh, man! What? Okay, but I need an answer to the question, though. Maybe it was within all of the documents and I didn't look at it clear enough. But is it that the X6 series links the consciousness of 2 different people? Or is it that I'm talking to somebody else? Entirely. Or... That's like the last thing I want to know. This was absolutely mind-blowing. First of all, the concept, and second of all, the gameplay and all that stuff. It's very creative. I absolutely loved it. Oh, man. So then at the end, am I both Violet and Hazel? Or am I Hazel, who is like the alter ego of Violet, and Violet exists within the X6 chip? Special thanks to all the playtesters. Oh, man. This was a magnificent game for... Oh my goodness. Okay, there are 2 things that kind of confused me at the end there, because Gerald has 2 kids. He had Hannah first, and then he has the one he doesn't recognize, which is Violet, right? He doesn't recognize Violet, which is why the answer to how many children do you have is 1. And so either Hazel Wright, right? The existence of Hazel Wright is Violet Raven, right? And so earlier, my assumption was me, Hazel Wright, was an orphan of Gerald Raven, which Gerald Raven, you know, like, he had me. The files and documents that described Violet Raven almost exactly aligned with my document for my description of Hazel Wright, right? And so unless I'm getting all of my information mixed up and I'm like completely ruining the answer to this, am I Violet or am I Hazel? Or is it that I'm so confused? No, because Violet was the unrecognized daughter in this situation, right? We really only touched up on the disappearance of Hannah and Jasmine, the wife, which we knew, you know, Gerald killed Jasmine. Wait, so did... My brain, this is why I can't handle mysteries. I can't hold all this information in my head. God, God. This was so good. I got so giddy at the end there. Maybe Hazel and Hannah, right? Having H's in their names probably would make it a bigger gimme. That would be the parallel. And that the X6 chips in our brains links me to Violet, right? My long lost sister, which Gerald doesn't recognize. And that's why Violet wants me to handle this, right? Because Hazel Wright, me, the detective, was disowned. Not really disowned, I was an orphan. And then I was orphaned into another family. But then, God, I need to go back in the VOD and look at all of this stuff again. Because my goodness, Wow. I'm gonna look at it later because I need to re-digest all of this information again. Because that ending was like, I mean, I saw it coming, but at the same time, I was so incredibly excited to know that my guesses were kind of right. But again, I think the biggest unanswered question that I have, and again, if any of the game developers somehow managed to come across this video, is it that it's linking my conscience with another person's X6 chip? Or is it that each X6 chip essentially has the consciousness of some other person and that they just exist within my mind? Because I think that makes a bigger difference on how I perceive that ending. But otherwise, this was like, I mean, I'm freaking, I'm so giddy about it. I'm like still jittery over it. This was such a fantastic experience, and it was very simplistic too. Granted, I'm big stupid half the time, but I really, really enjoyed it.